Hi everybody, day 5 of the 2-week challenge. I don't know if I'm coming or going at the minute. Anyway, it's a lot cooler today. So yeah, it was so hot yesterday, it was unreal. Anyway, let's roll that intro and let's go for it. Okay, a couple of quick updates before I talk about today's subject. First update is I didn't do the walk yesterday because by the time I'd got to Manchester and back, the traffic was horrendous and it was that hot, and I thought, you know, I need a day off, so I had a day off from exercise. You need a break every now and again. And the second thing I need to chat about is how the weight loss is going. I'm on day 5 of a fast now. It's now midday on Friday and I've not eaten since about 8 p.m. on Sunday night. I have though lost a load of weight. I'm now down to 19 stone 8.5 pounds, which is 124.5 kilos. So everything's going as planned. Right, let's get on with it. What we're going to talk about today: sleeping with dreadlocks. So if you live here in the UK, you probably realise that we've been going through a major heat wave at the moment, and sleeping when it's as warm as this is difficult as it is. You know, that's without the dreadlocks. If you've got dreadlocks, it's like having a bloody blanket on your head. So it's, you know, it makes it even more difficult. So we need to keep the hair under control when it comes to sleeping. Now, it's not just the heat, it's something else as well that you need to take in. Well, I do anyway. If your dreadlocks aren't too long, then rolling over in bed and things is not a problem. But when your hair's as long as mine, it's like sleeping with a bloody octopus. And you lay on your hair and it's uncomfortable and it scratches and it itches and things like that. So you need something to cover the hair up. The other thing is as well is rolling over. I can't just roll over from one side to the other side. I've got to sit up in bed. I've got to pull my hair to the other side and then lay back down and then spread my hair out behind me so I'm not laid on it or it's not on my back, especially when it's warm like this. Now, I've got a great big double king size bed, so, and I sleep on my own, so it's not a major problem. But I can imagine if you've got a partner and somebody in bed with you, they're going to get pretty pissed off with you, waking them up all the time because you're sitting up, pulling your hair to one side, you know, fiddling about, pulling it from underneath your back and all the rest of it. So, yeah, so I can imagine it causing quite a bit of friction. The other thing as well is, you know, moving your hair about and they get a face full of your hair and all the rest of it. Not a good scenario, I must admit. So that's something that you do need to think about when you've got long dreadlocks. We need to control the hair. So what am I going to do to keep this hair under control? Well, there's 3 or 4 things I can do. Cut it all off. Nope, not going to happen. I can tie it back. You know, I can get it and I can just get a dread and fasten it round and tie it up. That keeps it off my face, which is a good thing. The other good thing is that I'm like a big kid really. When I get in bed, I kind of get a dreadlock and I wrap it around my fingers as like and I sleep like that, hanging onto a dreadlock, you know, as if it's a comfort kind of thing. Oh dear, sometimes I must be a 2-year-old, you know. So I can do that, but I can't lay on my back because I've got a big knot at the back of my head. And when it's really warm like this, I've got that big double bed and I've got a fan on and I lay like this, spread eagled on the bed to give maximum skin exposure to the fan to keep warm, and tend to sleep like that. And I can't do that if I've got a big knot on the back of my head. Even if I pull it to one side, you know, it's still uncomfortable. It's making my head and my neck all disjointed. Same thing happens if you put you know, an elastic on, tie it up with an elastic. It's still the same thing. The elastic doesn't hold it quite as tight, and you can move the elastic a bit further down the dreads, but you've still got that same problem of you're laying on it and it's under your back, and there's a lot of skin contact between your dreadlocks, you know, in the back of your neck and your back, and when you're sweating, it's A, not very nice for your back, and B, it's not very nice for your dreadlocks. There is a third option. Just give me 1 second and I shall show you. Now, because it's been really warm, I've done a bit of research on the internet, sleeping with dreadlocks and you know, and sleeping in warm weather. And a lot of people were saying, like, oh, put your hair up in a tam. Now that's all right when it's cool. I mean, your head's warm enough as it is. It's like having a blanket on with dreadlocks anyway. And putting a woolen tam on just makes your head even hotter. I've got that netting thing, which is quite cool, but the elastic is about this thick and it's quite tight across your forehead, which is uncomfortable. So I looked on the internet to see what else I could do, and I looked on Lazy Dreads, and he come up with a good idea, an old t-shirt. So what you do, and I tried this last night and it worked really well, is to just pull the t-shirt over your head like that. Perhaps I should have taken my glasses off. Pull the hair out at the back and then pull it back over your head like that. There you go. So it's t-shirt, it's light cotton, it's not thick knitted tam, so it's cool, which is great. It absorbs sweat. All I've got to do when I've done in the morning is chuck it in a washing machine with the rest of my stuff, and then chuck it in tumble dryer, and it's ready for the next night, or just drag another old t-shirt out from the wardrobe. And as you can see, the majority of my dreadlocks are within the t-shirt, which means that if I do lay on it, A, it's not uncomfortable. Hang on, let me just short this microphone thing out. It's wrapping around my nipples and it's a bit uncomfortable. So, where was I? I got excited. Yeah, so when I've got it on, it covers most of the dreadlocks, and it absorbs the sweat, and it puts that barrier between my dreadlocks and my skin. And I've not got a big lump at the back of my head, so I can, if I want, lay on my back, spread eagled, maximum fanness, and keeping cool. It is very comfortable actually. It's not tight on my head, and it's really nice to wear. So thank you, Lazy Dreads. It was a great tip, and it's one I'm going to keep using. I can't think of anything else to tell you to make life a little easier sleeping with long dreadlocks. The t-shirt tip is a first-class tip, works really well. So if you're like me, you've got long dreads, it's nice and warm, and you've got problems sleeping, dig out an old t-shirt, keeps your dreadlocks together. I still have to sit up to roll over, but I'm not flicking my hair all over the place and stuff, so it does make life a little bit easier. And I can imagine if you've got somebody in bed with you, they're not going to be quite as pissed off with you because you're not smacking them in the face with dreadlocks at 2 o'clock in the morning. Right, so I'm going to go for my walk. It looks like it might rain a little bit today, which will be quite nice, bit of a shower. So I'm going to go for my walk. I'm going to take this off my head because I've got people looking at me like I'm a bit of a wally. Got inside out t-shirt on my head. I did look a bit like an Egyptian, you know, but never mind. And I'm going to go and have a walk, and I will see you in a short while. See you later. So that's my walking over and done with. It's been a nice, slow, steady walk today. Managed to get away without any rain. I'm not lathered in sweat, so it's been very enjoyable. Managed to take a few photos with my new camera, so I can get this other posting up. I'm neglecting my other YouTube channel because of this 2-week challenge, but never mind, we'll get something sorted. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, ring that notification bell, which is going to be on, God, I forgot, memory like I said, that side I think, it could be that side. And I will see you, hopefully, in tomorrow's video. See you later, bye.